Facebook says it's now started tracing what are believed to be fake news stories, so with the help of users and outside fact checkers. Our correspondent Polly Boyko reports from London.
Today, we're testing some new features on Newsfeed. An item may be flagged in your newsfeed if it has been disputed by an independent third-party fact checker outside of Facebook.
2016 delivered a massive kick in the teeth for the political establishment, and then as part of the blame game, Facebook came under increasing scrutiny for its role in the spread of alleged fake news. So this is what's led up to this development that we're seeing today. In a bid to be more trustworthy, Facebook says that it's now going to be checking the stories that you post on your newsfeed. How are they going to do it? Well, they're going to use third-party fact checkers, and that's where this story gets interesting because, well, allegedly social media users will be able to flag up any story that they see as dubious or perhaps containing facts that might not be true, and then it's up to these so-called coalition groups of fact checkers, third parties, which include groups like Snopes, PolitiFact, Associated Press and ABC News, to go through the story and check if it's true or not. They'll be able to mark a story as disputed, effectively put a black mark against it, so that will come up on your newsfeed if they think a story might not be true. Of course, the tricky thing here is the fact that some of these fact checkers have themselves been accused of impartiality. Take the Snopes website, for example. That was accused of a heavy pro-Clinton bias in the run-up to the US election. So social media users are already pretty unhappy about it. Take a listen to what they have to say.
Who chooses the fact checkers? Or, as a somewhat older expression of the same sentiment goes, who will guard the guards?
Facebook is here to save us. They will tell you when to believe the news or not. I am so grateful. No more research for me. This should make things so much easier.
Translation: a group of incredibly biased left-wing fake news outlets will bury dissenting opinions.
Well, for its part, Facebook says that it needs to tread a fine line between providing an open and a neutral space and being responsible. Take a listen to what Facebook has to say.
We really value giving people a voice, but we also believe we need to take responsibility for the spread of fake news on our platform.
Unfortunately for Facebook, that hasn't allayed the anger of some of its 1.8 billion users. And because Facebook is such a free and unbridled space, social media in general is seen as being the last bastion of neutrality and political openness. Any attempt to try to police that is inevitably going to lead to accusations of censorship.
Now, a board member of Belgium's Pirate Party, Koen de Voet, believes it's a pointless attempt to get rid of any alternative opinion.
I don't think what Facebook is doing or trying to do, although it's a noble goal in trying to eliminate fake news, is going to work, and I think it's a bad idea. I think it is a form of censorship, even if it is just marking articles and not actually blocking access to them. It's still a form of censorship. I don't think it's part of the solution. I think the only thing we can do to help solve a problem like this is to educate people. I don't trust Facebook, and I don't trust them as a media source, but I don't know what other people will do. I don't think it will have a big impact. I think it will have the same impact we see from all traditional media, that they confirm the status quo. They state the press releases of the official people in power.